Since we are live, apparently,
Hi.
recording, I am John. Greetings, everyone. This has been quite a bumpy ride, quite a surprise. I'm your host for this Legitcast series episode where we interview and have a talk, really, I'm not really an interviewer, with other ZineQuest participants participating in ZineQuest 2025 and talk and showcase the games and talk about interesting TTRPG Zine stuff. So today we have with us Laura of Magic Tales. We will have, also next episode I will have like a bot that it will drop your link every 5 minutes. Now, if someone can drop into the chat, that would be great. I will try not to multitask 10 things. Up to 8 is fine, I think, for me right now. So welcome. Thank you
Don't
for
worry.
being our first guest. How are you feeling today, Laura?
Wow, thanks. I'm very happy, a little bit in hype because I'm not very used to do interviews in English or even chat, by the way. So I'm very happy, and I think it's a great occasion to talk with other creators about the ZineQuest. It's very difficult to pronounce it, by the way.
Yes.
So yay, we can do it.
Indeed, it's fascinating because we're two from Europe and we're neighbors in Europe, Greece and Italy, and we're
Yeah.
participating in this. Let's start by asking you, what was the first time that you heard about ZineQuest in particular?
Oh, a few years ago, because there's a very large group of game designers here in Italy, and lots of them works with publishers. But during ZineQuest, they tried to do a project for their own. So a few years ago, I found out some of their works, and I said, "Wow, nice! So maybe we can do something little, something independent, and it's a great occasion to realize our maybe weird ideas." So this year with Jano Studio, we said, okay, maybe we can try and see what happened, and we are very happy, by the way, because it was totally an experiment. It was the first time for us, even with the platform, and wow, we are alive. It's working.
Congratulations. Not only you're alive, you're also successful in
Thanks.
2 hours, as I see here in your little graph. Your game
Yeah,
caught your attention definitely because it's about lovely animals, but I hadn't even had the time to go scroll it down, so we can go together. You can speak about any
yeah.
part of the page that you want to shed some light to. Okay,
Yeah.
give me like the basic. What is this game about?
Well, it's about familiars during their school age, because the first question was how a familiar becomes a familiar. Is there a school? Is there a way to learn how to improve your magic and to be magic? Because the attention is always on the wizards or the witches and never to the familiars. There is a book by Terry Pratchett, which is
Hmm.
Guards, Guards, Guards. And he said, okay, maybe just for once we can talk about the sidekicks. And my fiance, which is my partner in Jano Studio, he saw an image by our cover artist, which is a friend, and it was a cat on a broomstick, but with goggles like from the motorbikes. And he said, "Oh my God, maybe he had a train to ride a broomstick." And maybe he learned to be on the broomstick with the wizard. Maybe we have some flight lessons. Maybe there is a school, and then, well, the game was done. So
Yeah.
basically, you are in the Victorian age with your familiars, because you are the familiar, and you have to live these adventures between school and the English countryside, because the school is set in England.
So we have like schools for magic, but for pets, right?
Yeah, I always say that basically is Hogwarts for familiars. Yeah, but just
So do they
this
have
is
like?
just the surface.
Oh yeah, you go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry.
Please go ahead. It's all about you after all.
Yeah, I speak a lot. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the
Please
point. That's
interrupt
why you're
me.
here. Think about it.
Um, with Jano Studio in Italy, we work with cultures, because usually we do and we develop games to spread culture and about the cultural heritage. So all our games have these backgrounds of history, anthropology, archaeology, or science. In this case, we said, okay, maybe the surface is with these Harry Potter moves and vibes, but it's not just that. There's much more. So, since I am a medieval historian and
Ooh.
we have an history of religion consultant, we said maybe we can focus on real witch trials. And we found some records about the history of familiars. And we said, okay, maybe we can talk about this and we can use historical events, of course, in a fantasy way, to build our lore and the story of our game. So it begins with Harry Potter, but you can find realistic newspaper and real newspapers, real adventures and stories, real people, and mixed with some pun words of animals and literature, of course, as Terry Pratchett.
Yeah, I think your inspirations are on point. As for the,
Mm.
so you play like you choose which animal you're gonna be and what special ability you will have to serve your wizard one day, something like that.
Yeah, we call it magical potential. So we can use the MP a title.
Yeah.
We imagine that every animal has this inner potential, this magical potential. It's like a sensibility, as we said for humans, when you have the sixth sense and you can perceive something. In this case, we can imagine it for animals. So basically, every animal has this potential, and some of them can decide to improve it at school. So we have this magical animal world in which the most famous animals become familiars, but you have many more who just live in this magical world which is hidden from the bipeds, from the from the humans. And so, for example, you can choose your familiar not depending on the species. So you can play a very wide
Um,
variety of animals.
so it's not like I play the turtle familiar and has this stat. So you choose. There is some customization in this game.
Yeah, you have the classes. Is the way how the magical potential express. So you can. This is an historical thing, by the way, because we have read lots um, of sources on how the familiars work and serve the wizards, and we divided in classes. So, for example, you have the guardian who protect the
Yeah.
wizard. You have the healer who can track, cure, and even cast
So
some
cute.
disease or
Yeah.
uh, yeah,
Cast disease.
and so on. So when you build your familiar, you can choose up to 3 classes, and you have lots of interactions between magical capability, and so you can really build your unique familiar because there's a lot of choices.
I have a strange question for you. Which of the characters that you can be, which of the animals is the most powerful if you want to be a power gamer in this game?
Sorry, my audio.
Oh,
Can you
sorry.
repeat, please?
So let's say we have a power gamer for your game. Okay, obviously your game
Oh
has more
yeah.
an aesthetic roleplay approach. But let's say someone wants to break the rules and be the most powerful familiar of all them all. Which path would you recommend to that player?
Wow. This is a funny thing because I always say that Eugenio, my partner, tend to be a power player when he builds
Okay,
the characters because I
nice.
am the narrativist in the family and
Yeah,
he is the simulationist. So, but since all the characters are basically supporters because they are sidekick, we
yeah,
said,
right.
okay, what happened when you have a party with a bunch of sidekicks? Who is the leader? What happened? So all the actions and all the abilities are linked together. So you can support the others who support the others who support. So it's impossible to be a power player.
That's very well
But
said.
if you
Very
are
well said. But yeah, I would like to hear the next part.
Well, how much is cool to be the spellbinder, because you can write the path between the animals and the people. So it's like the demon of the cross. So is my favorite, and I think it's pretty powerful. So if you do a familiar which has a class of spellbinder and a class of guardian, maybe with one level of shapeshifter.
Nice. So you
Wow.
know a little bit about power gaming. If you put just one level of something, you're definitely min-maxing a power gaming a bit.
Yeah, because you have 5 points of dominion, because you can dominate the powers. So you have
Hmm.
5 level of dominions, and you have to divide it in maximum 3 classes. So my idea is 2-2-1
2-2-1.
is the
Okay.
best.
Try everyone
Yeah.
on chat. Try to remember this build. Laura recommends if you want to be the most powerful familiar of them all. Let's talk a little bit about the
Yay.
team behind it. So you said Jano Studio is a new studio, right?
Yeah. Well, 2 years ago we founded 2 years ago, and we are brandly new as a studio, but I worked in the publishing in the RPG publishing field in the last 7 years, because
Okay.
I began as editor working for Italian publishers, then publishing adventures, because me, Eugenio, and Alessandro, we published some adventures for Lex Arcana, Zombicide,
I know. Yeah.
uh, Anglorious, lots of games, both in Italian and in English.
Yeah.
And so we have a little bit of experience in the field, but as a company, just in the last 2 years.
So how was well, so it's very important that you bring so much experience in it, but how was it for you actually running your very first Kickstarter up to the point of the launch, like the preparation and like did you sleep that well anyway? Did you had any sleep?
No,
Yeah,
not
that's
in the
why
last
I know,
month.
I know. Okay, let's talk about that part.
Okay, honestly, this is the advice that I really wished someone told me. Sleep well before, because you won't sleep later. It's devastating.
That's true. Even if you're
Uh,
very tired, if your mind is running so fast, it won't let you sleep, even if you haven't slept like 24 plus hours. So yeah,
the first day was terrible. I don't know how. I'm really impressed that this is your first day on Kickstarter and you are here with me. Wow. I don't know how you can do it, because
well, we
the
can do
first
it
day I was totally
badly.
in
Let's
panic.
start. Let's start that we realize that we certainly have too much, and we did some mistakes. I'm not gonna go through them
Uh,
right now, but yeah, I think it's important for me. Yeah, I was obviously could cancel or anything, but through this experience, I think we both of us can learn stuff, and the audience, and it's very very interesting to learn others that go basically through what you went. So if you told me like that
mhm.
you've slept, oh, I slept like a baby all whole month, 12 hours every day, I'll be, what? How is this possible?
No, 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 no. Really lots of work, but honestly, I didn't think that the most difficult part for us was, well, of course, managing 2 languages double the work. So every
I
time
understand.
you have to do the updates in Italian and English, translate, uh, correct now, and then publish, and then the stories, and then on social media, and then to promote. Well, promotion has been very rough for us, because we decided to try just with the organic promotion, so not paid promotion,
Hmm.
just let us people talk about, and maybe through the social media and through our stories and reels and posts on social media. But of course, it has been a very long work, because you have to study how to communicate the graphics, the layouts, And in the meantime, Instagram changes the sides of the stories, so
Yeah.
everything
Oh yeah.
destroyed.
So you were doing a paranomic too, because like a post that continues to the next one.
We tried. This was the idea, and we finished the graphics. And before we posted, everything changed.
Oh, right
So we
before.
didn't post it,
It's
but we
crazy.
worked on it.
Well, imagine that my page has been like running for a year or two. All of the posts have been made with this format, and now I need to.
Mm.
I don't know. I'll probably scratch that idea
Now
and start.
everything is.
Yeah, we'll start posting reels now. Who cares? It's over. It's like whatever.
I really
Instagram.
hate when this happen.
No, it's
Yeah,
all
it's
good. So,
terrible.
so even though the game draws a lot of attention, obviously, because it's a very, very nice and fun concept,
Thanks.
and it was really well without any paid promotions. So that's like congratulations to you and your team.
Thanks.
So, are there any other projects from Italy that are participating this year that you're aware?
Oh yeah. I know two of them. One is from Mauro Longo. It's an adventure for basic and old school essential,
All right.
and the name is Meal of the 12 Dead. Mauro is another very famous author in Italy, and he worked on lots of projects, also in other languages. And we began on the same day, and we are very happy of this. We will have a chat in Italian next week
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, right.
And also there is Stratagemma. They are very used to the zine. I think this is their third project, and they are a very famous shop, an historical one here in Italy, in Florence, of board games and RPGs. But they also publish some very interesting game, and the name is Beton Brut. Uh, is
Right.
yeah, is
I
a
I am
I don't know
tempting.
how to translate it.
It's okay. I'm tempted to ask them all to come to this podcast, but we're already 10 episodes planned in 21
Mm.
days, and today I have like another one
Ah,
like 2 hours or something. So unfortunately, this is not gonna be a very long talk, Laura.
yeah,
I hope it was fun. I hope you had a chance to talk about your favorite things about Magic Tales. How long? We see
yeah.
like 10 more days. That's nice. It's a long way to go. And especially those two final days, from my little experience, are gonna be, very good. Almost as good as the first two, they say.
Mm.
And
We
basically,
hope
this
so.
this was my idea. But probably next episode is gonna have a little bit better format, some music playing, some links here and there,
Mm.
and it will be longer episodes. But as for today, I think that will be all from you, Laura. Is there a final message that
Yeah.
you would like to give to your fans, to your backers?
Oh, wow. Well, we missed a few people to reach 100 bakers, and there is a little surprise. So, if you are curious about the project, this is a very great occasion to join because there will be a little gift. Spoiler.
Yeah, I bet you will in a few days tops. And I thank you so
Yeah,
much for joining us. Have so much
thanks.
fun during ZineQuest, and see you around. I would like to thank everyone who was watching us. We were not really prepared for this, but I think it worked out fine. Hope you had fast. Hope you had fun, and it was fast. I'm your host and narrator, John, and see you in a couple of hours for the next Legitcast episode. So we better prepare for that. See you, everyone, and stay legit, stay meta.
Bye.